Tuning in to my very first podcast or video podcast. And essentially, I'm basically a focused individual on employee relations, and I wanted to create a podcast that allows me to share my passion with this wonderful profession that I elected to focus on. And the thing that I really have noticed in the past year is that there has been an increase in the number of harassment claims. And if you don't already know, the EEOC is overwhelmed with cases. And if you really think about it, the EEOC is the federal government, right? The federal government has a certain amount of employees that they can actually hire. So if they're receiving tons of cases, I want you to really think about this. Will they be able to handle all the cases they receive? And if they're able to handle them, will they be able to handle them fully? Meaning taking each and every case to, let's just say, I want to call it a healthy conclusion. A healthy conclusion in terms of, yes, we have reason to believe that discrimination or harassment or retaliation did occur, and therefore we're going to use our resources to really dig into this and get to a conclusion that may require that we have the employer responsible for damages, okay? So you want to keep in mind that there's so many employees that they can hire. It's the federal government, right? So there's a lot of cases that probably make it to a point of, I wish we could take this all away because it's so much involved. But unfortunately, there's only a small percentage that they're able to take what I call all the way. And so let me give you an example. For 2020, they had a total of 67,448 cases involving everything that they handle. So of course that includes discrimination, harassment, retaliation. They were able to take a total of 97 in terms of lawsuits. This was 2020. This was one of those 97. As you can see, this press release was 2020. So let's dig into this one so you can understand, when does the EEOC decide that a case is worth taking to that next step? Especially since we're talking about 67,000 cases and only 97 of them were considered an actual lawsuit for them to handle. Now, they do have other procedures involved where they will give the party who's making the complaint an option to file suit on their own, like a right to sue letter. So they do give that. So there's probably other cases that are being held outside of the EEOC's involvement. But in terms of what is it that the EEOC decides is worth taking on, and this is one of them. This is Silly Management Company out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They are a property management firm, so think of apartments or corporate apartments. They actually manage those apartments. So just say, for instance, if you actually rent, you go into the leasing office. Sometimes you will have the actual owners on site handling the leasing, but sometimes those owners decide to hire management firms like Sealy to just handle all their properties. So that's what type of company Sealy is. They're out of Alabama, and what happened in this situation, and we'll go over this, is that the employee, an assistant manager, was in a rumor mill by other employees, other management, that the reason why she got a promotion is because she was sleeping with the president. So this went on for a good year. And why this turned into this type of case that the EEOC decided to take on is because they didn't do anything about it. So this employee was feeling harassed, right? It was a hostile environment. Could you imagine? Let's just step back and think about this. You go to work, you walk through the doors, and there's your coworkers, your peers, and they're gossiping and whispering and sometimes saying things right in front of you about you and making it seem like you're this loosey-goosey type of female who needs to sleep with the president to get ahead. Let's think about that for a minute. Now, if that happened to you, would you be offended? Okay, so this is what happened to her, and she had to deal with this for a year. So my thing on the whole thing is, who has time to treat someone in that manner for a whole year? I mean, what does that say about these employees who's doing that? It's like, is that progressive? Absolutely not. You're stuck in making fun of someone that you're actually not even saying what the true facts are. And you're making fun of this individual. And you're making her feel bad. I don't know what she looks like, but what I've seen just working in HR is that sometimes the person who's made fun of or given a hard time or just used as an example of, just really given a hard time at work is usually someone who's either really smart and going somewhere or someone who's like really attractive. And so therefore there's this negative thought that, oh my goodness, this person really must have done this to get ahead. There's no way they could get ahead before me. And so it becomes like a jealousy, competitive thing that sometimes women do to each other, which I never agree with. I really believe that women should be more supportive of other women instead of finding something wrong. It's like, why do you have to find something wrong with someone? First of all, how about staying in your lane and living your own life? And really, even if she did, which she did not, according to the information that I read, even if she did, it's none of your business. It really isn't. It's none of your business. And if she didn't have an issue with it, then you shouldn't either. It's none of your business. That is between her and the president. Why I would never support that? Obviously, I would not. I'm in HR, but I'm speaking in terms of how women treat each other at work and just in general. It's just like, it's not right. It's like, why are you making fun of this lady that you work with and have to be at work with every day? Is it because you're jealous because she was promoted before you? And it's like, it's really none of your business. And then you're making up fake rumors because it was totally fake according to the information I read. You're making up these rumors, which is really defamation of someone's character, which honestly, she could go after them for defamation. She really could. She didn't have to stop with just the EEOC finding fault with this whole situation of, she was feeling harassed and it was retaliation. So essentially she was let go after she complained. So that's why the EEOC is really on this case, because the person who was made fun of, who all these rumors were going around about, was terminated when she complained and when the EEOC got involved. I'm like, I don't know what planet this company, Sealy Management, is on to not know that you do not terminate someone when they file a complaint. I mean, like, what were they thinking? It's like, what are you guys drinking in Alabama? I mean, like, honestly, it's just like, you don't ever do that. That is just like It may not be common sense, right? I won't say that because you just have to know that. But you don't do that. That is retaliation. It has retaliation written all over it. So, anyways, so this is happening in 2020, you guys. I'm not even talking about 1960s or anything because when I read it, I was like, are we in the 1960s? What's going on here? So, let me give you some of the details. So, it was the supervisor and co-worker of an assistant manager. So, the assistant manager was the one who was terminated, who had the false rumors. They were very explicit with these rumors and saying sexually explicit rumors about her. So basically, saying it was sex and this is why she got promoted because she's sleeping with the president. So they were making these rumors for, can you imagine going through that for a year once again? I mean, that's just a lot. So, she experienced it and she complained to management, but they failed to properly investigate and they took no type of action against these people spreading the rumors or the employees spreading the rumors. And once again, I said it was a supervisor and a coworker, so she's already an assistant manager. So we're talking about team of management acting in this childish manner. So she filed a charge with the EEOC, and obviously you can see what happened. They placed her on unpaid leave after she filed a charge. What were they thinking? And then they terminated her. They said she violated some company policy. I mean, this is the wrong time to be trying to find fault. What you need to be trying to do is fix things with the employees who are spreading the rumors. So, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits sexual harassment in the workplace and retaliation. This is something you could have Googled. I mean, it's a big deal if they're doing that. It's a big deal to harass anyone anyways. So the EEOC was like, okay, I can see what type of employer you are. We are going to just try and come to a conclusion with you through conciliation. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try that first. We're going to try and settle with you. However, this company, Silly Management, again, I don't know what's going on with them, but they didn't settle. They did not settle. And so therefore EEOC was saying, okay, you want to play that way. You do not want to settle? Guess what? I'm taking you to court. We are going to court, right? And so that kind of gave Sealy a wide-eye look, right? They're like, okay, this is serious, right? So what they were able to do is to get Sealy Management Company to pay $88,785. $88,785 to settle the EEOC sexual harassment and retaliation suit. What a wake-up call. I've never heard of any type of wake-up call. It was right there in front of them. They could have fixed this. It never needed to get this far. They could have stopped it when the manager was complaining, right? Fix it. Why are you waiting? So when I looked at this and I was like, okay, I think you guys need me to consult with you. Because I can hear, if you do not know in 2020 that what you did was improper, talk to me. I'll help you. Because everything I'm hearing on here is just I just don't see that they have the HR support that they need. So with that being said, I just wanted to bring to you one of the cases, the very first case that I decided to select for this podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it. And not only am I presenting this to you, I want to give you a quick summary. So this was creating a hostile work environment. This is harassment, sexual harassment because of the nature of it, and retaliation. So if you are an employer, what are you not going to do? And what are you going to do if it does happen? I want you to think like that. And what are you going to do if an EEOC claim is filed against you? So you want to think like that. You want to make sure you know exactly what you need to do in each situation. So you don't have to pay, say it all with me, guys, $88,785 to settle. Hello, assistant manager. What are you doing now? Okay, well, that was it with that. And I honestly just, sometimes I'm like floored at some of the stuff I read, some of the cases I read. But this was a good one to start with. So please provide me with any type of comments that you have about this case, any feedback, just anything that you want to talk about. Go ahead and hit me up. Have a great day.